What's up guys, and welcome back to another 410 Gaming Destiny 2 video. Today I have another Charge with Light build for you. This will be utilizing High Energy Fire and Sustained Charge. These two mods together create an incredible synergy for slaying and boss DPS. If you use this build to its full potential, you will never run out of High Energy Fire, even though you'll be getting those rapid kills. You'll just keep both of these mods going at the same time, and it can really add up to some interesting bonuses and damage against low and high level enemies. Alright, so let's jump right into this build and get started. Alright, so let's dive right into some armor mods, guys. I'm going to explain to you exactly what this build is right here before I go in depth and show you how it works. I'm going to give you a quick brief explanation so we can go ahead and get a better understanding of this build. One of the two mods that is going to make this build work best is Sustained Charge and High Energy Fire, so we'll go over those first. Sustained Charge makes you become charged with light by rapidly defeating opponents with auto rifles, trace rifles, or machine guns. Getting these multi-kills should be quite easy. It takes 3 rapid kills to pick up 1 charge of light when using this mod, and if your guns are masterworked, you will also drop an orb on the ground, and since we'll be using Taking Charge, which I'll go over shortly, you'll be able to get charged with light that way. So there's some great synergy that goes on with this build because you'll be getting charged with light from the 3 rapid kills and also dropping an orb of light on the ground. Since I will be focusing this around auto rifles, I do have 2 auto rifle reloaders here. This is just going to help us keep those auto rifles loaded for maximum slaying. I do have High Energy Fire here on my boots. While charged with light, gain a bonus to weapon damage. Each defeated combatant consumes 1 stack of charge with light. This mod is going to be extremely helpful for getting rapid kills once you're charged with light, so you can keep Sustained Charge going and dealing mass amounts of damage to bosses. We'll get into that a little bit later. I've put this on some arc boots so that way I can get machine gun bonus reserves. You see I have 2 of those there since we will be using Xenophage as well. As always, I am going to be running Taking Charge. I do like to use this in a lot of my builds because I can become charged with light by picking up orbs. Since our auto rifle is masterworked, every time we get a double kill, we're going to be dropping an orb of light, which is going to be helping us keep our charges up. In case you can't get that triple kill to keep charge with Sustained Charge, these two are really going to work hand in hand together so you can keep High Energy Fire up and just keep slaying as quickly as possible. This is very important in this build because you'll be gaining stacks with Sustained Charge and losing stacks with High Energy Fire. And before going into a damage phase, when your allies drop a well or a bubble, you can pick up those orbs and become charged with light immediately and use the High Energy Fire damage buff to deal tremendous amounts of damage to bosses. Another great mod that I'm going to be using here is Stacks on Stacks. What this does is it gains an extra stack of charged light for every stack you gain. This will allow you to maximize your stacks of charge with light because you'll be gaining 2 stacks with every charge you gain. So when you get a triple kill with your auto rifle or your machine gun, or whether you're picking up an orb of light off the ground, instead of gaining 1 stack, you will be gaining 2. In detail, you'll be picking up an orb of light and get charge times 2 instead of 1. Killing 2 enemies will take both charges because High Energy Fire is active, but you will drop an orb of light since your guns are masterworked and you'll be using an auto rifle and machine gun. You'll be getting charged with light for getting multi-kills with this weapon, essentially never running out of charges and keeping the extra damage from High Energy Fire going. All of these mods together create some amazing synergy, which can really help you clear adds as quickly as possible and prepare yourself for the most amount of damage you can deal during a boss fight. Since there aren't a lot of exotics that increase your slayability, I will be using Celestial Nighthawk. Basically what this does is it modifies Golden Gun to fire a single high damage shot. Enemies eliminated by the shot explode and grant you super energy. There's a huge amount of damage gained by using that instead of firing multiple Golden Gun shots. So saying that, I will have Gunslinger equipped and I will be using Bottom Tree. So the main reason why I'm using Bottom Tree here is for the knock 'em down skill on this tree. Precision kills increase weapon stability and handling. Your super does more damage when cast while this buff is active with 20 or more seconds remaining. So while slaying out adds, as long as you're getting headshots with your auto rifle, the precision kills are going to increase the weapon stability and handling. This is going to be huge for maximizing damage before you go into damage phase, and also keeping charges going by getting the multi-kills for Sustained Charge. Alright, so let's get into some guns. Like I said before, I am going to be centering all of these mods around using 2 distinct weapons, auto rifles, and machine guns. Auto rifles with Rampage, multi-kill clip, kill clip, or swashbuckler, anything that's going to give you that extra damage boost is going to be great for this build. If you do have a Rampage spec, go ahead and throw that on as well, because that's just going to keep your Rampage buffs up for maximum slaying. Any machine gun will work for this build, but Xenophage and 21% Delirium I've had the most success with because of Xenophage's explosive rounds, and 21% Delirium has killing tally, which is just nasty. Mountaintop or a shotgun such as threat level will work great in the primary spot. These guns are really just used for DPS during damage phase or in boss fights. You can also use these guns to generate orbs quickly with a double kill if you are in a bind and need to get some charges quickly. As long as these guns are masterwork, that'll work just fine. Overall, it's just best to conserve ammo on these and use these weapons when you're ready to deal damage on a major, a boss, or an enemy that you're having trouble killing. Now, I know this all seems kind of confusing, so I went into an escalation protocol just so I can show you in detail exactly how this is going to work. So you can see here that I'm charged with light, I kill an enemy and lose a charge. As I'm getting these multi-kills, I'm picking up charges ×2. As I'm killing these adds, I'm losing my charges and then picking them up again. You can literally do this endlessly. I advise you go into Escalation Protocol and get some practice with this build. If at any time you start to lose charges and you're having trouble picking them up, you can go pick up an orb with light and immediately become charged again. As you can see here, all these thralls start to chase me, and I'm just alternating through charge with light ×2, losing the charges on kills, and becoming charged again. I can keep this going forever and really just maximize slayability. Alright, so I am now going to head over to Titan, and I'm going to give our friend Greg a visit and do some damage tests on him so you can see the difference between the charged with light DPS and the not charged with light DPS. You can see that here I kill 3 enemies rapidly, and I'm going to pick up a 2x charged with light right away, and then I'm going to give Greg a little bit of damage. You can see here that I'm constantly getting 18,000. I accidentally did kill a knight there, and you can see that even when I'm charged with light ×1 versus ×2, the damage is consistent at just over 18,000. When I don't have a charge with light, it is 15,000. So you can see that that's about a 3,000 damage difference between the two. Now, I realize this might not seem like a lot of extra damage, but in braid encounters or strikes or any endgame activity where you're going to be needing to deal a lot of damage, sometimes that extra 3,000 is going to be make or break for actually dealing enough damage to kill the boss. Now you can see here I'm going to go ahead and pick up weapons of light. If I wasn't already charged with light, those 2 orbs I would have picked up in that bubble would have given me a charge with light, plus there would have been orbs in the well, and then it's just time to unleash damage on the bosses. You can see how crazy this actually is when you use it in an effective way. As you can see here, I also run this build on my Titan because of the Actium War Rig. I do use the same perks, taking charge, sustain charge, high energy fire, and stacks on stacks. But what the Actium War Rigs does, if you don't know, is it steadily reloads a portion of your equipped auto rifles or machine guns magazine from reserves. Why this works is because you can just constantly slay out with your auto rifle and machine gun and never really have to worry about reloading, which adds a whole nother element to this build. I do like to use this with Ward of Dawn because once you pop that bubble and you get the damage from Ward of Dawn, it really just adds to the slayability. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you found this video useful. If you have, make sure to subscribe, like, and hit the bell. This really helps us out a lot. This build is very fun to use and has a lot of versatility. I like to use it in raids, Gambit, Nightfalls, and pretty much any activity. The Contact New Public Event is very great for it. I do have a video of me using my Titan build and a contact event where you can really see how these mods work together. So go ahead and check that out. Please let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, or if you have any builds that you'd like me to go over in the future, let me know as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, peace.
Return to us when you have intercepted another message. Savathun cannot deny us forever.